Hello, Heights Church. Pastor Cheryl here, and I'm excited to share with you today on the subject of prayer. We're taking a look at Colossians, the first chapter, and the first sentence of verse 9. And Paul writes this: "So we have not stopped praying for you since we first heard about you." I want you to know today that prayer is a powerful gift. It's a gift that we can offer for others. You see, when we pray for others, when we come alongside of them, adding our faith to their faith, and we ask God to move on their behalf, great things can happen. You know, in my own life, prayer has always been really important to me. I was blessed to grow up in a Christian family. And I know for a fact that on my dad's side, my paternal grandparents prayed twice a day, not once, but twice a day for me. You see, this was something they did on the regular. They did it for all 7 of their kids, each of their spouses, and every single grandchild. And why I know that is what they did on the regular is because when I would spend time with them during school breaks or the summertime, I wasn't excused from these prayer times. I was required to join them in these daily prayer sessions. This was a very important part of their lives. And I think that maybe because they believed their prayers made such a difference, they knew and took that role so seriously. It was because of that when my grandmother passed away, my grandfather had already passed earlier, and my mom several years before, I realized I was the next female in line here, and it was a privilege to pray for my family members. It was mine to own this privilege. I was now the matriarch. And so I pray for my family. I pray for them on the daily, and I know God answers prayer. Another way that prayer is involved in my life is I have this group of friends. There's 5 of us. We meet once a month for dinner. We've actually been friends since I was 6. That is a long relationship. And so we have watched one another survive our own teen years. We've been involved when each other has married, when we've become parents, grandparents. Some are now great-grandparents, and some of us have had to bury our parents, and I have buried my husband. And so there's been a lot of life. It's been the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly. But about 12 years ago, we began to share prayer requests with one another each and every month. We all have this 3x5 card that we write our prayer request on, and then we pass it around for others to join and put their request on it. And that becomes the prayer focus for one another each month. These are the different years, 12 months in each of these ribbons of prayer requests. I can't tell you how comforting it is to know that these ladies are praying for me and my family on the regular. I can't even begin to share with you all the ways that God has moved on behalf of our joint prayers. It has been miraculous. You see, I've come to believe that praying for another person and asking God to move in their life is one of the greatest ways that I can love and I can serve others. There's a verse in James, the 5th chapter, and the second part of this verse says, "Tremendous power is released through the passionate, heartfelt prayer of a godly believer." And so I want to encourage you today to make praying for others a priority in your own life. Much like Paul writes, "We have not stopped praying for you." Oh, my friends, this is such a privilege. It's such a blessing. And I want to leave you with 2 questions. Who can you add to your prayer list? And then who can you ask to pray for you? I hope this has been encouraging to you today. I pray blessings over you, and I'll see you the next time.